I had heard about Multipick's Elite G Pro Dimple pick set from multiple sources when I first started looking at picking dimple locks. The price tag of this set kind of put me off just a bit. However, after dealing with the first two sets I tried, I figured I would make the investment in quality dimple lock picking tools, and I ordered it. At roughly $222 US, it was a hefty price tag, but honestly, the quality and finish on this set just seemed far superior right out of the gate. Could some people argue that the tips could use some refining? Sure. For me, they work just fine right from the get-go. The picks themselves have picks numbering 1 through 10, and there's 4 right and 6 left flags. They vary in size as well as profile. There is an 11th pick that I recommend. I highly recommend it. If you want to pick that up when you're ordering this set, as it's a right flag, it's very small and it's perfect for working on dimple locks where you do not have a lot of space to work with. Multipick also offers the ability to purchase the replacement tips in all of the 11th flag profiles, so getting broken tips replaced is pretty easy but somewhat costly. Being that I have physical challenges with my hands, I found the handles caused me a significant amount of fatigue in a very short period of time due to the small circumference of the handles. The pinching and turning motions you make with the picks are very small and tight, and it caused me, anyway, hand fatigue, which quickly set in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes of working on a lock. To try and solve for this, I thought about using rubber and foam pencil grips, and I figured I'd give them a try. I did do a video on this for anyone interested on my channel. Of the rubber and foam grips I tried, I found the rubber ones seemed to work best for me and did not dampen the feedback that as much as I always had a finger on the shaft while picking a lock. So to demonstrate, in picking a lock, I typically have my fingers on the pick shaft here, so I do get to feel the feedback from that, and this doesn't really dampen it all that much. I did get several people commenting on my video suggesting yet more alternatives though. One alternative cover was covers from the Multipick handles from Bare Bones. While cool looking, I did find that if you want a snug fit which would allow the pick to not turn or rotate inside of the handle covers, you needed to utilize extra foam like weather stripping. And really that's all this is. It's weather stripping to compress the pick better before gluing the covers in place around the pick. What I didn't care for about this approach was to truly get the benefit, you would need to utilize the adhesive on the foam strip and stick it to your very expensive Multipick handle. If you later decided that this arrangement wasn't what you were going for, you would have to remove the weather stripping and then use something to remove the adhesive goo from the pick handle. Not a big deal overall, but to each their own. Bare Bones was exceptionally cool about trying to help me out with this and even sent me some foam strips, these here, to give it a try, and I did. Ultimately, it just didn't work for me, but that does not mean it would not work for someone else. The next option I looked at were these Opposec AS machine handles with compartments. Ultimately, I utilized these by using 2 of them, one for right flags and one for left, and I have loved this setup ever since. I am giving away a set of these with Multipick tips in my New Year's giveaway that's going on at the time this video was recorded. By the way, the case, so to show the compartment here real quick, the compartment contains your pick tips, so you can literally store the same side type pick tips in here, the ones that you use most often, and they store nicely in this compartment in the handle. The pick tips essentially go into the handle, and then you tighten them down with a little Allen wrench. So another thing I liked about this Multipick Dimple lockpicking set was that the case that comes with it is great. It comes as a leather roll, so essentially there's you simply roll it up. There's a leather strap here that you can simply put around and close it up real nice. Oops, go to this. And store your tools, or put them in a bag, or whatever it is you need to do with them, and they get stored up nicely. So I will also add that Multipick has a variety of tension wrenches, which I like to pull out here, which in my opinion, their tension wrenches are really second to none. They come in a different variety of tension wrench sizes. They're very easily identified, and they print right onto the wrench. I want to pull out one of these wrenches here, for example. Again, these are very clearly identified as to their thickness, and you have a couple of different options for these as well. I'm using a one of the pick set cases, which you can get separately, and purchase the wrenches to go with. So literally I have these two tool rolls that I can have put away off to the side to store my Dimple lockpicking tools for Multipick. Final conclusion, I can highly recommend Multipick's Elite G Pro Dimple pick set. Again, I highly recommend also picking up the number 11 pick while you're at it to truly complete the set. The price tag is definitely high, but the quality and finish of the tools well matches that. There are ways around the pick handle issue if that is something of concern for you, as you can purchase the OppaSec AS handles, or you can purchase the bare bones covers, or you can simply just go with what I did, which was to use these rubber pencil grips. You can also just purchase the pick tips from Multipick and perhaps get the OppaSec AS handles, and essentially that will give you just what you need in terms of your picking tools for dimple locks. These are nice and compact and convenient. I can throw all of this into a regular case with other lock picks and have everything I need right at my fingertips. In my opinion, these are worth the money spent for the quality that you get.